And a little history lesson. Donald Trump knew exactly that people would be talking about this, and this is kind of like a tongue-in-cheek interview for his 100 days because he wants people to talk about him, about his accomplishments, and the executive orders have been so many more than any other president practically in history so far, actually in history, which is true. Low approval ratings, who cares? There's a Harvard political scientist that said, oh, it was from Yale. Thank you. And Yale said that you cannot judge this president with his 100 days and conclude that you know everything about this president, because they try to do that with Ronald Reagan. They try to do that with many. Abraham Lincoln, as a matter of fact. It's too soon. But the mainstream media is already calling in the towel for Donald Trump. You know, he's done. He's the Republicans are not working for him, so he's blaming the Democrats. And that's the big conversation right now, you know, smearing him there. The Washington Post loves to throw that up there. So he's mad at his own party, so he's lashing out at the Dems. And the truth of the matter is that they're going to have to start working together for them both to get something done. And one thing that I'll tell you that I thought was rather creative during Clinton's term was that he worked with Republicans and got a lot done at his second term, that is. It would be nice to think that he would be able to negotiate. Now, to keep the government open, you take the wall out, and that's great, but the wall is going to go back in. The wall is going to be renegotiated. It's how it's going to be paid for. And to me, I think very cleverly, as I've read and listening to Steve Bannon, with the new trade agreements that are going to be signed with, well, Mexico specifically at this case, they're going to be able to make their money back, and that's going to be able to pay for this. And the liberals say, well, you know, the national debt is going to go up. You know, now they care about the national debt. All the Democrats care about it now. And, of course, it quadrupled under Barack Hussein Obama. But now they care about the national debt. Well, at least somebody cares about it. But if we stop getting screwed by all these other countries, and we have a CEO in the White House that actually says to South Korea, we're going to protect you. We're offering protection. You're going to pay for THAAD. It's $1 billion. You need to write a check. Thank you very much. And same with Saudi Arabia. We offer them security. Did you know that? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, the king. They get all the protection. We offer it to them, but they don't pay for it. And they have plenty of money. And they're out of control. And so, like I have said this from day one, he's going to run things as a CEO. And what does a CEO does? If you're bleeding, you stop the bleeding. That's the worst thing you want to happen is you cut the fat. And sometimes there's decisions, there's things that get cut that not everybody's going to be happy with it. And the first thing they'll say is, well, you know, he's cutting the meals, and he's cutting the kids are not going to go hungry. The kids are going to get their food. They look at so many different precincts, you know, and where these satellite schools are, and some of them are going to have to merge. Of course, the liberal media will just look at it as Scrooge. He hates children. He hates education and all this other stuff. There's going to have to be some tough choices that are going to have to be made. Just like you have to make decisions if something is going to get paid for. If you haven't been through the Dave Ramsey financial courses, sometimes you have to eat rice and beans and rice. But you have to make decisions. No Starbucks this month, maybe for 6 months. And if every time you're tempted to get some cafe latte, you put money in to pay off that credit card, or extra money you can actually put on that mortgage, or say an extra payment on that car payment to knock that down so you're not paying so much interest. People say, well, you know, I'm paying on the interest, and now I'm finally paying on the principal. Well, imagine knocking down the interest before. So you're not paying that. Yeah, fiscal responsibility. It's not something that Donald Trump is shy about doing. He's already saved us a lot of money with the Air Force and with Boeing, which is great. I don't think there's going to be any golden toilet bowls that are going to be installed anytime soon at the Capitol. You didn't hear Obama saying that he was going to do something to try to curb that. Never, as a negotiator there. But, they'll never give these talking points. They'll never talk about these particular things, what he's doing for America, American people, you and I, average American people that are not making $250,000 a year. I have some listeners, they write me, they say, I only make $40,000 a year. I have some people that make $30,000 a year. That's tight, man. You pay everything at the end of the day, that's tight. And you know about saving a buck when you can save a buck, and that's a good thing. By the way, a little tip. I wasn't always a coupon person, but there's these coupon sites that give you these manufactured. They have these manufactured coupons that you can print out before you actually go to the store, and there's apps that you can print out because I was looking for a grocery list app, and, I'm not going to go ahead and it's called List Ease. Okay, there's the name of it. And basically, you make your shopping list, and then you can go ahead and you can print out the coupons very easily before you actually go to the grocery store. And a lot of these are from manufacturers. So, if you're not so fond of clipping things out, print these things on your smartphone. It's called List Ease. Now, there is another app that I came across called Ibotta. And a lot of women use that, Ibotta. And you can print out coupons and, with dairy. And it's very clever. The one that I just mentioned, the first one, List Ease, a little consumer tip here for you. But, if you're ordering, on your grocery list, dairy, it puts all your dairy products, grains, it separates everything. And then it's in the app built in, it finds the coupons for you. It's brilliant. Get it if you have a smartphone, or if you have a tablet. Look for it in your app store. But it is brilliant. It's called List Ease. And I like it. I do most of the shopping. I know that probably sounds funny. I don't mind doing it because I enjoy cooking immensely. It's so different from what I do every single day. It's relaxing for me. I think I get it from my dad. And he passed on several recipes through the years, which I really appreciate. I learned how to cook. Yep, Dad did that. And Emerald, bam, kick it up. Nothing like some good food. You got a good weekend planned for you? Yeah, weather is definitely warmed up a little bit here. Florida is still under a huge fire watch for most of the state. We're getting these winds every day at 10, 15, 20 miles an hour, and up into the high 90s today, and very dry. And it's dangerous around here. I haven't seen the winds blow this much in the spring, especially here at the end of April. Usually it calms down, and we don't get winds like this until the fall or winter. And it's just been nonstop like this and very dangerous. Disney, actually up the road from us, up on I-4, actually had to modify its fireworks show. No kidding. Because it was setting things on fire. So they've had to kind of scale back on how they do it, how they launch them, where they launch them. And Disney, they have everything. They have their own fire department, but see, these things launch so much further outside of the park, and they were, starting wildfires. Disney fireworks, no kidding. So be careful out there. If you're in the state of Florida, or if you're in a dry place, you got to be careful. I mean, I was thinking about doing a little hiking, but I just don't think that's a smart idea, going into the forest, knowing that things are really that crispy. Things can get out of control rather quickly. By the way, this half hour is brought to you by 123 Ready TV. It is the app of apps if you are into entertainment and movies, and I recommend it 100% because it puts a smile on your face, because you'll be able to kind of dash up. Remember the Star Trek movies? The old ones, they got them. Remember the new ones? They came out J.J. Abrams, oh yeah, all that stuff. You can find this stuff on the app. All these movies. It's not Netflix. It's not Hulu. It's 123 Ready TV, and we got it at forthepeopleshow.com on our store page right now for $19.95. And it's a one-time deal where you just pay $19.95, and you can watch everything that's already streaming on the web. The app gives you access. It's a portal, and you can see this thing in action. The video is just unbelievably so easy to operate and use. It don't matter if you're 7 years old or you're 90 years old. You'll find this thing to be really easy, up and running on your phone or your PC in minutes, and watching these TV shows from yesteryear or the current stuff, the older stuff, the new stuff that's in the movie theaters, and you will have nonstop entertainment 24 hours a day, I assure you, and you will not be bored at all. Say goodbye to boredom. Say hello to 123 Ready TV for $19.95. Go to our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Go there now. Remember yesterday I told you about Obama making $400,000 for a speech for Wall Street? Well, despite the criticism, despite all the criticism, despite what the left is, because the left is angry about this, not very happy about this. But there's another $400,000 speech, according to the Post. Another one. This guy is going to clean up. He'll probably be, quite possibly, one of the richest presidents on record, because if this continues on. He can give a great speech. There's no doubt about it. He's good. His timing's good. He'll make you feel good about yourself. You know, he's charismatic. He'll do better than the Clintons. Believe it or not. Remember, there's no touching Bill. Well, Barack Obama, he's going to be taking this money here, and he's appeared at A&E Network's advertising up front at the Pierre Hotel in New York City, where he was interviewed by historian Doris Kearns Gouden for more than 90 minutes in front of the cable network's advertisers, according to the Post. And earlier this week, the scrutiny about learning that he was going to go ahead and secure this job from Wall Street from this healthcare event in September, sponsored by Wall Street banker Cantor Fitzgerald. Now, surprisingly, Democratic Party leaders have come out to the media to harshly criticize Obama. And guess who? Guess who's coming out to criticize and to scold Obama? Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts said that she is troubled by it and all that's happening with Obama. When asked her opinion on SiriusXM after Family Politics radio show Thursday morning, but held back from criticizing the president directly. She just she's not happy about this. Ooh, Obama, Senator Warren, not happy with you, buddy. Well, it's the interesting thing when dangerous people make that kind of money and what they are able to buy, what they're able to do. But a reminder for every American that listens to our broadcast, no matter how much money that Hollywood put out, or bankers or whoever individually or through corporations, Fortune 500 companies, they could not stop Donald Trump. They couldn't stop him. Those that wanted to, they tried as they will. They said all sorts of bad things about him. They weren't able to stop him. There's the will of the American people, and let that prevail. Let the people talk. And I knew real patriots would come up and vote for Donald Trump. And you know what? Our country has survived for a rather long time, and thank God, I believe we come to our senses. There are those that have said this, and I do have fear of how the left is acting and trying to really snuff out free speech. With Ann Coulter, it's just the tip of the iceberg, really, and I think it's going to be nasty for several years. They incite violence. They pay for the violence. These people that show up at some of these university events don't even go to the university, but they're paid for to incite this violence and not allow speakers to do this. And this is what, if this is going to be the narrative of the